All right, we are back. Before we continue on, let me just total up the money that you got from searching all of the generic corpses. So, you ready to take some numbers down?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a second to add something up. All right, you found a total of 589 copper pieces.
Okay.
And 331 silver pieces.
Okay.
And 26 gold pieces.
Okay.
You put... Okay.
All right, so that's what you found on all the generic guys. All of the ones that appeared to be, leaders of significance, did not have any money on them.
No, they had something better than money.
Well, yes, but they also left their stuff generally in their rooms. All right, so you have opened a door into a small room. You saw the strong box, the sheaf of papers, and the small pouch.
Yeldan will go straight for the papers and have a look at them.
Okay.
Are they written in Elvish?
No. So you lift up the strong box and pull out the sheaf of papers, and the very first one that you look at, you can't make heads or tails of.
So it's not in Elvish, which means I can't read it. Can anybody read Common?
Actually, I can.
Read Elvish?
Yeah, I can read right Elvish.
Oh, same here.
But
I can
if
rewrite
it's-
common.
I'll hand him off to Higgimus, see if he can read them.
All right, Higgimus, that very top one, you can't make heads or tails of.
No. Flip through them.
Leva has cryptography, just in case.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I was thinking it might even be the same code.
Would you recognize it if it's the same code as the last one?
Yeah, when Higgimus finishes slipping through them and
Okay.
hands it off to you. Higgimus, however, your eyes alight on the last page, and there is something odd about it.
Oh, God.
And all of a sudden, a rune on that last page brightens with magic, and there is an explosion.
Oh god, an exploding rune. It might have destroyed all the papers.
Of
Oops.
course. Well,
Lafdul opened the room. He never said he was inside the room. Other people said they were going inside the room.
I never entered the room. I'm gone doing my own thing.
yep.
Yeah, Ockar's still off searching for his sword.
I think Braxon's still carrying books around.
Then again, this is like an enclosed area.
Yeah.
So, Higgimus, you take 21 points of fire damage.
Got fire resist.
Do
Wow.
my fire resist help me on this?
Ah, yes, it does. Thank you for reminding me. That is going to be instead.
Does that destroy the
really
papers?
getting weaker with every bit of fire resist it absorbs.
14 damage instead.
And real quick, did my spell resistance kick in too? At all?
Nope, it did not. I
Okay.
rolled for that first.
You said 14 damage?
Yep, 14 damage.
Okay.
Let's
he
see.
able to
So,
save
so
the
Lafdul, you were
papers?
still outside the room.
Yeldan would have been in there because he looked at them first. He looked at the top one.
Yep. So Yeldan, I'm going to need a saving throw versus spell from you,
Yeah.
and
So,
let me double check the area of effect on this.
no miscellaneous bonuses, right?
Nope.
Would it
Not
get up?
safe.
I pass.
What were you asking, Braxon?
Would he get upstairs to where Braxon was with the books?
No.
No, it's not
Okay.
that.
No, it's not that big.
You're just gonna hear screams of all of us for some reason.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Rather than succeeding and taking no damage, can I succeed and save the papers?
I didn't say it was succeed and take no damage.
Well,
I just said I need a
succeed and
saving
take
throw.
half
I'll let
damage.
you know in a second what happens.
Because rather than try to save myself from the damage, I rather would try to save the papers that.
It's a little hard
Higgimus
to when
is
you're not
holding
holding
on
on to them.
I will let you
Yeah, I
know in
know.
a moment. Give me a second. I need to double check the area of effect because I did not write that down. don't know why I
Exploding
did.
runes are fun. I once had a caster who once the party took down, they opened the spell book and found that it was filled with exploding runes on random pages.
You know, if I hadn't gained a level, this wouldn't have happened.
That's true. That's true.
Like I think every 4th or 5th page had an exploding rune on it, in case somebody had stolen his spell book.
Okay,
was a pair of
so
wizards.
all right, Yeldan, you take 10 points of damage, and Lafdul, you also take 10 points of damage.
Oof, really?
Yeah, the explosion does blast out the out into the outer
And
room.
it fills out, so there's no cover.
Yeah, and Leva, you also take 10 points of damage. Oh, wait, sorry, actually, I need saving throws from both of you.
Oh, is that for half damage?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, it's for full or half.
Spell, yeah.
I
Highest
did
better.
say I was willing to take full damage if I
I'll
could.
let you know in a second.
Nope, Lafdul's taking it straight to the face.
That's 21 damage.
21.
21 total, yeah.
I'm unconscious and bleeding out.
Force feed him a healing potion.
And Leva?
Ouch.
Is that? No. Yes, no.
21. Puts it at
That's
-6.
spellcraft, but you
There.
do with the 17 you do succeed. I know you're
So
saving
how
throws,
much?
so 10 points of damage.
Lava, force feed the cleric a potion.
And yeah, you see Lafdul just get thrown off his feet, singed, burnt. What external items do you have on you right now?
Oh
Lafdul?
my god.
Oh no.
My backpack's on the back of me. I've got a pouch on the side of me that has like a scroll case in it. Or scroll cases, I suppose.
Okay.
Maybe the potion of invisibility. They're my like 2-hand items that are valuable.
Okay, those are okay. Your sword. Sword is okay. Dagger. Your dagger cracks under the and
Oh,
shatters
no
under
way,
the,
which one?
Which
fire.
one?
Which
He has
one?
two.
I'm gonna
The
say
ones in the
the
sheath
the
is the
you were last thinking about using the
yeah,
speed
the
dagger.
quickness daggers.
Quickness
That's
dagger.
normally in the sheath, in
So-
the wrist sheath.
That's
That's
the
gone.
one that gets destroyed.
Oh.
That was a nice dagger as well.
Eh.
And
I didn't see that much use
Higgimus,
there.
let's see, your sword. Sword is fine. What other items do you have on externally?
Bunch of stuff. My guns.
Oh, that went well.
So
Guns are fine.
I
your
didn't get
armor's
to
fine.
roll a save versus spell.
I know that.
Hey,
It's because
Okay.
you were holding it. The all of the papers do just incinerate right there in your hands.
Oh.
Bugger.
that's a shame. Nah, that's fine.
I'm just happy I was nowhere near this fiasco.
Not with your low hit points, yeah.
All right. The
I'm
table
one.
surprisingly makes it. The table, you know, it's singed and scarred. The strong box is okay. Even the leather pouch is okay.
Well,
Oh,
I,
good.
In what state are the two? In what state are the two?
They're just singed. They're, I mean, there's some, black scoring marks from fire on them, but they are intact. They didn't catch on. They didn't catch on fire. Nothing like that.
I'm sorry. I meant in what state are Higgimus and Lafdul at the moment?
Lafdul's down on the ground, unconscious.
He's
He's at -6.
I'm going to. You're what?
Well.
-6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
South.
use the ointment on him.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so the papers died. I'll
Yeah, the
comment-
papers are all destroyed.
Well, at least we got prisoners.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Sorry, guys.
1d4 plus 8.
Hey, Mayo.
Leva.
Yes. Well,
9.
it's not that bad.
So you did get healed for 9.
I am at 3 then.
Yeah, and
That's better
and
than 0.
you're in bad shape. You need a night's rest now. Braxon, yes, you definitely heard the explosion. Ockar, you probably didn't. Or you may have heard it, but you didn't register it as anything in particular. I
Was
mean,
it
there's
like
a lot of
boom
minimal sounds.
rather than a
I'm just
Oh.
kind of looking through the tall grass, going like sword, sword,
Yeah.
sword. What's that?
Okay, Braxton's going to head downstairs and see what's up.
All right.
And if he sees Lafdul's down, he's going to
Well,
feed him with his healing potion.
Well, Lever brought me up.
Yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
he's come around after Leva smeared the Kyotom's ointment on his burns, but he is looking really bad, in really bad shape.
Okay, Braxton's going to
What happened?
offer him his healing potion. Do you want this, mate?
Yeah, I'm not dying currently.
Yeah, but we need to keep you alive until we get back to safety.
Whatever Lever did, it seemed to have kept me alive.
mm,
That's my excuse for not wanting to drink another potion.
invisibility still imply, I think, from the invisibility.
How long's it been? How long does it have to be before you can do it? Because
You don't
you're
know.
moving huge, great big crates.
It's been yeah, I mean it's probably been at least an hour.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I'm not going to keep it.
So
Not yet.
Higgimus will cough and say to Braxton, "It was a spell on the one of the sheets of paper we found."
Ah, that's because you learned to read.
Starting to regret it.
Yeah, well, I haven't learned to read yet, so it wouldn't happen, would it? It'd just be a bit of paper with some squiggles on for me. But for you, bit of paper with an explosion on.
Guess knowledge is power, right?
Yeah, Lafdul says that I've got a scroll that can do that.
I hope this is a lesson to you guys. Always detect magic on paper before you read it.
well, we just learned that. I think I don't
Yeah.
think none of us, as player characters, I didn't even consider it.
Can you
But-
help
So-
Lafdul get
So Lafdul, you sure you don't want a potion? Worst that can happen is your stomach explodes.
I've had enough explodey for one day.
Okay.
Someone
Right.
can carry me back. You know,
Yeah, I
can
mean
still
someone
walk.
you basically at a minimum
I
need
can't walk.
someone needs to support you.
Braxton's going to help Lafdul stand up and help him get up the stairs.
Okay. I'll pick up the box and the sack, and that's how. There's nothing else of importance in the room.
Nothing that you can see.
I'll do a quick search, see if there's like hidden drawers and things like that.
I'm going to look for a chair upstairs to sit Lafdul on.
Okay, you don't find any secret compartments or hidden passages or anything in this chamber, Yeldan.
Cool. Yeah, then I'll just take the box and bag and get out.
Okay.
I'll do a once over too, just to make sure in this room and then in the outside room too, or this room too.
All right, you don't find anything of note either.
Okay, excellent.
All right, so you guys head back upstairs with these items.
Yes.
Ockar is still out in the field looking around.
Do I have any luck?
Not after an hour.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna be doing this all day if I have to.
Okay.
So you get into a fight, you're not going to last very long.
He'd be able to see anything coming.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle of an open
whether
field.
or not
I
you
see
can
something
outrun it.
coming, I'm running to the ford.
All right.
got
So
your
once we
wolf
get
guys.
Lafdul taken care of, Braxon,
No.
do you want to help me get the stuff from the Lord of the Lakes thing?
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I was thinking until Lever said that wasn't the best plan. I was thinking empty this place, set light to it, and head over the lake. But we'll just empty this place, head over to the Lord of the Lakes place. I've got my helmet. I can go down there,
I have
get stuff out.
I have a water breathing potion as well. So
Yeah. We'll have to make an assessment of what's in there. Did you see what was in there? We'll have to. Can we get it out without it damaging it?
it looked like a bunch of gems and leftover carcasses and coins.
Not sure we need the carcasses.
Probably not.
Even I wouldn't loot carcasses. Although
There
could
is
be
a
good for
giant
squid.
carcass outside the fort.
they can be good
there-
for Scrimsaw.
I don't want to touch it after that creature had its mouth on it. I wouldn't want it anyway, but that's up to you guys. If I were you, I wouldn't want that.
Okay, so are you gonna
so-
take the water breathing potion and go, and you two go?
I think so. I want.
Braxon says
some-
to Higgimus before he takes the potion, "You sure you don't want me to go down and have a look first, in case there's only a little bit?"
I'm pretty sure there's a bunch there.
Okay, I'm just thinking you can only use your potion once.
And plus, if
It's up to
something
you.
attacks you, I'll be there too.
Good point. Okay.
Also, Old.
Mhm.
I want to make sure I have plenty of room to carry stuff.
Okay.
So my backpack, I'm going to empty it out onto the ship
All right, that's fine.
and make sure I have plenty of room in my large pouches and stuff as well.
Was
Yeah.
Higgimus around me when Braxton offered me the potion? Because I would have mentioned about the potion missability.
Yep, he was.
And you've basically drank a potion of fly recently, and now you want to drink a potion of water breathing. In a short span of time.
No, it has been an hour.
It has been an hour. Can he still fly?
He can't fly, I don't think, can he?
Let's see.
Try.
If he can fly and breathe water at the same time, would that make him into a penguin?
Penguins can't
Penguins can't fly.
They fly underwater.
They don't fly.
Exactly.
Fly.
They do. They fly through the water.
Yeah, you can still fly.
Oh. I'll still give it a shot.
What's the
Alright.
worst that can happen apart from your stomach exploding?
You know, Beloriana's going to be so mad at you. She's going to animate you. You are
Oh.
going to pay off that debt. You'll be a corpse.
Okay,
If I
so
die,
you guys want to head over there right now, kind of thing?
Yeah, let's
If
get
we've
that
emptied everything out the fort, yeah.
As far as you know, yeah.
until we
Okay.
have the wizards go through with detect magic.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
wizard/priest.
All right. So you take the you drink the potion of water breathing,
Mhm.
and you feel okay.
Let's go, Braxon.
Okay.
Okay, so you head into the water, leaving everyone else up on the
Don't
shore.
forget to take off your ring.
Before I get too deep into the water, Old, I
Mhm.
will try to breathe while my head's underwater.
Okay. So like So you can just like jump up to the surface kind of thing, or duck down.
Yeah, so I'm
try to-
not like
okay,
I'm
yeah.
not like all the way down and then like, oh, I'm not breathing.
Yeah,
That's
I
not good.
kind of
Yeah.
would have figured that you would have done something like, I mean, you wouldn't like hold your breath until you were 30 feet down. So,
And I
um,
also take off my One Ring as well too. By the way,
you have the one
Yeah.
ring.
The one
the
ring-
One.
All right, you slip your ring into a. Oh, you know what? I didn't roll for that one. That's okay.
Braxon's
It's too late.
going to bring his lantern and not much else.
All right. So yeah, you find that you can breathe.
Let's go.
So Braxton's bringing his lantern because he knows you can't see in the cave.
Okay.
And he's going to do a similar thing to Higgimus and get rid of most stuff from his backpack.
All right, that's fine. All right, so you head to the cave, and it's a fairly uneventful trip. Braxon and Higgimus, since the Braxon, since the last time you first went in there, the lake seems quieter. I mean, not quieter as in a audio thing, but it seems like there's less
A
things
damper
about.
on the mood.
No,
Oh, the
less-
water's
There's fewer things.
water's
about.
calm, you mean?
Well, there are fewer creatures in the water. You see less
Right.
fish. You see. You saw some humanoids swimming around earlier, and you don't see any this
Yeah.
time.
Oh, they're probably scared off by him.
Okay, Braxton mentions that to Higgimus after we get above the water in the cave.
You can actually talk with those items, water breathing and the helm of underwater.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Wow.
I talk about the weather while we're down here.
Okay, so you get in uneventfully. You find that there's 3 new corpses that are like right at the edge, half eaten. Braxon. They've got kind of a greenish gray skin, scraggly hair of what's left on their heads, and all 3 have been seriously scalded of the the remaining visible flesh. They're larger creatures. They're kind of gangly. It's nothing like you've seen before.
Wow.
But there are coins and other items scattered about.
Start scooping them up.
Okay, you ready for the treasure haul?
Yes.
Okay, you find a total of 237 copper pieces.
Okay.
230 silver pieces. 10 electrum pieces. 661 gold pieces.
Okay.
27 platinum pieces.
All right.
And you find a bunch of gemstones. I will post these in the Discord afterwards, because I need to do some editing of my description. But you find a small polished stone. Appears to be kind of soft because it looks like it's been scratched from just like bouncing around the cave or something like that. It's clear. You find 4 dark brownish yellow shaft-like crystals. They're not cut stones.
Hey, Leva, don't be adding those to the totals yet, please.
I'll copy and paste them into Discord after the session. You can just
Yeah,
copy
that's
and paste
why
them.
I've not done anything either.
3 golden yellow faceted stones that are kind of triangular in shape. A stone that I'm just going to tell you because if Lafdul were there, he could tell you it was a water opal.
If Lafdul was there.
Yeah. Afterwards, you're showing them to Lafdul, and he immediately recognizes it as a water opal.
Just don't show anything red to Lafdul. Lafdul's a bit timid of red at the moment.
Oh,
Any
like
coprolites?
on that wand with the red stone on the tip.
Yeah, Lafdul faints.
Quick, someone show it to him. Wave it about in his face when he wakes up.
Any coprolites?
I'm not even dignifying that. A pale green, translucent, faceted stone. A vivid green, translucent Cabochon cut. 5 of them. And a clear, slender, faceted stone. And just, to save these for Lafdul, 3 long, deep red faceted stones. Lafdul's favorite. Let's see. You find a silver ring with a large malachite stone on it.
One sec. Oh, you're gonna paste these later, right?
I'll paste these later. A blue faience bottle with a milky liquid inside that smells like roast turkey. I'll copy and paste these in now. The gems are just a little bit harder because I need to strip out their exactly what they are and values and stuff like that before I share them with you.
Okay.
I should probably redo how I'm writing these things up later. There we go. Let's see. You find a steel flask with a watery, chalky it looks like water and kind of mixed with some sort of chalky white substance inside. I'm pasting that in as well. Now, it's chalky tasting, but even though you didn't taste it. Probably should have come up with a different description of that. A blue liquid inside a clay vial.
You can just say it clearly looks like it'll taste like chalky.
Sure. We'll go with that. I think I was writing these up a little bit faster than normally do, and that's why they may be a little bit off. Let's see. Brown liquid in a steel flask that's thick like molasses. And I'm sorry?
No, carry on. I'll say after.
Okay. A thick brown liquid that smells like burnt asparagus.
It's a Popeye potion.
That's spinach, not asparagus.
It's close, but not quite.
I'm not sure that spinach is all that asparagus-y. Spinach
No,
is a
spinach
leafy
is closer
plant.
spinach is closer to lettuce.
Let's see. A watery, pinkish, foul-smelling liquid. Just, you pop it open and it's just like, oh god, whew, that is awful.
Also, it's canned spinach for Popeye.
Yeah,
that
you gotta
last
get that
one
right.
is probably a potion of cure all wounds.
Let's see. A sweet orange-colored liquid that in a glass vial that smells like carrots.
Tell you what, I bet we've got a potion of fire resistance somewhere.
I wonder
Wait
if
for that.
I wonder if the carrot potion helps you see in the dark.
You find a copper scroll tube that it's pretty heavily oxidized, the tube itself, and you can't actually open it right here unless you really want to. Keep in mind that you have to go through water.
Mm-hmm.
You find a thin shaft of ivory with a brown transparent stone on the tip.
That's 2 ones.
A another thin shaft of wood. It's painted with bright red with yellow tips. A silver flask with a screw-on cap. Has a yellow liquid inside, and it smells like rotting meat. Cut and paste those in.
We've got so many potions.
I know, and you guys are so averse to
I tell you,
trying them out.
We're gonna get a big fight, and there's gonna be one of us last man standing. It's like, you know what? You've got 20 potions. What's the worst that could happen? Die after the second one.
It's
Definitely need to use them. I mean, you have been using them. I will say that, but you haven't been trying them out.
But, yeah, we haven't. We just have a hard time figuring out what they do.
Where did I put that other one? Let's see. There we go.
In terms of this horde, yeah, most of it's actually not that much in this horde. A lot of potions, a wand, a lot of quite a few gems, and very little coinage.
And you find a small yellowed ivory figurine about a foot tall. The figurine is in the shape of a human with a peg leg, with a thick flared coat. He's got an eye patch and a tricorn hat on his head, and his hands are on his hips.
Is there a name on the bottom of it? Like if you
Nice.
just flip it up?
You're not there.
Oh yeah, did Higgimus get his gems back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just. I don't think Ald needs to mention his gems are in there.
Yeah, you got those back. All right, so that's what you got.
Braxon likes the little figure. He says to Higgimus, I bet that's a magical statue that turns into a pirate or something.
His name is Long John Silver.
Well, you didn't look at the bottom of it yet.
All right, so what are you guys going to do now?
Unless Higgimus wants to do any experiments, we just pack everything into his bag and Braxon's bag if we fill up Higgimus's bag and get back upstairs.
Yeah, you can pretty easily get those things in.
Probably miss a copper coin or two, a few coins, but
Braxon says to Higgimus, well, if we get a chance after this, I want to have a look over the barge when we get back, and then we'll have to assess the rescued slaves, see if they're ready to move.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be ready to go tomorrow morning?
After the mages have, the spellcasters, I should say, have gone through that fort with detect magic spells, yes.
Yeah, and then we just set light to it.
Yeah. I'm going to do one last really good look over this cave, Ald.
Okay.
Make sure there's nothing hiding underneath those corpses. Were my gems
Yes.
that I
got
paid
those.
them earlier there?
Yeah, you
I
got
got those back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can Braxon search those corpses if Higgimus was too squeamish to?
You can, yeah. They're not wearing any clothes.
Right,
In that
okay.
they have no, they don't have a belt with pouches. They don't have weapons on them. They don't have pockets.
Right. Well, they might have stuff underneath them if their clothes melted away or something.
Yeah.
Just move the bodies as gently as you can.
Yeah, you don't find anything. They're
Okay.
surprisingly light for their size. They would definitely be larger than you standing, but they have relatively thin limbs.
for
Right.
swimming and living underwater.
Are they merfolk or aquatic elves?
They don't look like elves, and they don't look like any of the descriptions of humans you've ever, the merfolk that you've ever heard of. Half man,
Yeah.
half fish kind of thing. No. They don't have scales.
Braxon says to Higgimus, what do you make of these creatures? Do you think they're the creatures that attacked us on the river?
I don't know. They're dead now, though.
They don't look like it.
As Higgimus is casually like chunking one of them to the side to make sure there's no coins and rods or anything else underneath them.
Okay, nope. You
Is
don't
there like a
find...
pile of bones?
There isn't a pile of bones, but there are some bones scattered around.
Okay, once again, just make sure I got everything.
Yeah. Many of the bones are cracked and gnawed upon, and there's a lot fewer bones than you might expect.
That is interesting.
Braxon says to Higgimus, is there anything we could do with these guys to help them get to the afterlife?
I don't know.
They're not
Okay.
human, and they're not demi-human.
No, but they
They
Braxton's
have sharp claws in their hands and sharp teeth in their mouths.
Okay, so Braxton still wants them to get to their afterlife.
Okay.
He might kill people, but that's his job.
Fair enough.
Braxton's going to lie them out like they're asleep and cross their arms over their chest in the hopes that will make them go off to the afterlife and not turn into zombies or anything.
Okay.
And he'll say some sort of thing that I can't remember if he's got religion yet.
You don't need religion to just
No.
do what you think is a prayer. I mean,
Yeah, he'll say
specific. But in the search, you guys don't find any other hidden things like another exit or anything like that either.
So Yeldan's theory was wrong, but if it wasn't for that mistake, I wouldn't have those special manticore spikes.
Yes, those incredibly special non-magical manticore spikes. Okay.
Well, we did find some stuff there too, so.
Yeah, but manticore spikes. All right.
There's not any eggs here, was there?
Nope, no eggs.
I'm probably gonna have to see if I can forge those manticore spikes into a shield or something one day.
Yeah,
There's definitely not enough spikes for a shield.
we need to find a Mesoamerican spacefarer who can make one of those sort of wooden club sword things with manticore spikes in.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I could
Seems
probably,
valid, doesn't it?
if I get enough of them, I could probably make a small shield.
Totally do with a chain whip.
Anyway, should we get back up to the ship, Higgimus?
Yeah, let's go.
We're in critical condition except for Braxon and Lafdul.
Does
Yeldan.
No, Lafdul's nearly
Yeldan.
fine.
when we're underwater and we come out the cave, does Higgimus put his magic ring on and just pop up like a cork?
I can do that.
Because if he's going to do that, Braxon will just hold on to him.
That's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll put my ring on. That's a good idea, actually.
And then
Okay.
you get the bends.
It's not that deep.
I don't know if they have the bends in D&D.
Yeah, there is, but it's not that deep, and plus you're using magic to breathe underwater. I mean, you're not going to... You're in more danger from pressure than getting the bends with magical breathing. Okay. The ring glows brightly, and you rise to the surface.
Excellent.
Okay. Anything else that you're just gonna walk back with Braxon dangling off one leg as he, you kick him through the water kind of thing?
I'll grab him and bring him with me.
Okay, he can't
So he's
walk
not
on
dangling.
water, just so you know.
Have him sit on your
I
shoulder.
know. I said I would grab him.
Yeah.
Right.
Braxon can Braxon can hang on to Higgimus's feet.
Okay. All right, so you walk across the water with Higgimus. I mean, not Higgimus. Braxon on your back or in your arms, or cradling him like a little baby, something like that. Whatever you want.
Bridal style.
You get back to the shore, and you can see Ockar still, searching through the tall grass. Doesn't look like he's gotten all that far because it has only been hour and a half kind of thing.
During the time after we've searched through the place, Yeldan would have went out to help.
Okay, so now there's 2 people searching a very large field. Okay.
Once we get back and unload our packs, I'll ask some of the crew if they can do we did this in Boy Scouts. Grab each other's arms, put our arms out, spread out, and then cover the field that way.
Okay, I was waiting for someone to do something like that. You eventually do find Ockar's sword. You do eventually find the short blade. It's a main gauche that went over the edge. And you do eventually find the kind of smashed, bloody corpse of the guy who went over the edge as well.
We'll search the smashed, bloody corpse then.
Okay.
Is his rapier intact?
Let's find out. Need to get to his information.
Hey,
Okay.
Miss, do you want your mace back?
Yeah, I'll take it back.
Oh, so we do have another magic longsword.
So, he is wearing leather armor. He has a fine rapier with a silver inlaid hilt. It's good craftsmanship on that. He has really nice boots. They're suede boots with that are fur-lined.
These boots were made for walking.
And he has a fine yew short bow. That feels quite tense.
Braxon puts his foot up against the dead guy's foot to see if they're the same size.
Close enough.
He takes the guy's boots off.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah, because he was able to jump right on the ship without taking a turn. Probably boots of springing, you're thinking?
Oh, Braxton doesn't even think that. He's just thinking, these boots are nicer than my boots. He hasn't even considered they might be magical. And he's not putting them on, he's just taking them.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Well,
gonna take
if the boots are still intact after that fall, they gotta be magical.
If anything's still intact after that fall, they gotta be magical.
Necessarily, just because, I mean...
Well, search for rings and such on him in case he has another ring of jumping. Speaking of which, you still haven't given me that card for my ring of jumping.
Oh, all right. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Okay, so just make sure I have everything. He had the short blade. He had the armor, leather armor, the short blade, the main gauche.
Yeah, Gauche.
Okay, yeah. Leva spelled that, so it's spelled right. And then a fine rapier and nice boots. What else?
You got the short bow.
Short bow.
His quiver's empty, by the way.
I imagine that the arrows are scattered all over the place and are all broken.
All right, so that was it for him.
Yep.
Does a quiver look nice quality?
Yeah. Yeah.
Braxton will grab that.
Okay.
All right, so
not to keep Asher. He's just looting it. We'll deal with it later.
So I need to put quiver down.
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah, it might be magic quiver, right?
It probably isn't, but there's a few people that might want a quiver.
All right. Next after him, I guess, is the sea dragon or the turtle dragon thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have any pockets.
No, Higgimus wants to take its shell. How big is it?
30 feet in diameter.
Will the shell fit on the ship or no? On the barge?
Can we?
You always check the stomach.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the
Braxon.
things.
Braxon waggles a finger at Higgimus and says, "Can we search inside that thing, or do you need to skin
funny
it?"
Lafdul's there.
God.
He could shrink himself.
So
No.
yes, the ship is definitely, the barge is definitely wider than the turtle itself. But how much do you think a turtle that is 30 feet in diameter weighs?
Bunch.
Well, if you don't need the skin, we can chop it up.
No, yeah, it's just the shell, right? So you gotta just chop him up, take
Yeah,
Shell's
the
the heaviest part.
How much do you think a solid mass of armored bone that's 30 feet in diameter would weigh?
Do I think I could? I'm gonna
10
look at
tons?
the shell and see if looking at it, I can think of anything like armor-wise or shield-wise that could possibly be made out of that. Is that like a proficiency check?
We could put hull plating on.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, we
Uh,
can take this back and put plague on a ship.
Ockar, if you want to roll a proficiency check, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to look at this thing with my armor check.
Higgimus, couldn't you find a smaller bathtub?
Nah.
Yeah, you. Yeah, this is unlike anything that you've ever worked before, so you don't think that you could really make much with it.
I have a guy in Brow that I can talk to. I do.
How?
So, okay, here's kind of what I want to try, Ald. I want to try to get the shell off. I want to search its stomach. I'm gonna take off my nice coat while I do this.
Braxton's looking at the like the shell to see if there's bits that could be turned into hull plating to board the ship.
Can you tell us the area of the shell?
He already said 30 feet.
I think Ald's just shaking his head at me.
So
I
okay,
actually wonder
so
whether it tastes good. So,
Yeah, it's
do you think
raw.
we could cook it? Yeah,
You're
well,
a cook.
that's what. Yes.
It's a cooking proficiency check or something. That's good.
all right.
Can
So
I do
so
that?
first of all, Higgimus, you are what are you using to cut into this creature with? I mean, they don't exactly make
Sword?
like bony knives and skinny knives. It's suitable for cutting apart a 30-foot diameter turtle.
I guess I'm hacking it with my sword. Hold on, let me think about this one.
Why don't we get to?
Well, first, I guess I gotta ask Leva and see if there's any like chemical components that could be taken off this thing before we get started with it.
The problem is now, wouldn't that need alchemy?
Or was it-
Braxton
that was
turns to.
wait, that was a question. Wouldn't that need alchemy?
Some things, but so remember that, I mean, you can also use your imagination on this. It's like, you know some of what the creature can do. You can also just say a chunk of its shell might be useful in some kind of armoring spell or magic item. Maybe I will keep it.
Yeah, that's that a chunk of it might be quite useful. I agree with that. I very much agree with that. I also would like to see whether it's actually edible, or parts of it are edible. And maybe we find Braxon, there is a project for you. Maybe we find the mechanism that makes it cook the water, heat up the water.
Maybe. What I'm thinking is.
definitely get a vial of blood.
What I'm thinking is if we can pull the head out as far as possible, we can get some woodworking tools and cut the head off like cutting a branch off a tree.
Head's already been cut off.
Well, it wasn't
Okay.
cut off, but the halberd did go through, its neck and
Well, we
severed
can do the
vitals.
same. We can do the same with the arms and legs if you want to get the shell empty, and maybe there's some local critters, vermin, that we can encourage to eat it.
That was probably
Also, could I use burning hands to burn out the shell, the insides?
What's
your intent?
That seems like overkill.
Basically, she wants to like burn the meat inside of it to ashes, so the shell.
If all of us
I
work
got that.
together, could we
Yes?
get the thing on the boat?
I think we're not going to get it together in one piece.
If all
We're
of
gonna
us
have
work
to cut
together
it.
along with the crew that we have with us, could we get it on the boat?
I
On the
didn't
barge.
finish.
You
On the
mean
barge.
the shell or the whole animal?
Either or.
We can get it on the boat with one person by mounting a spelljamming helm on top of it.
No, we're not mounting any spelljamming helms on it. We don't have that many.
Lafdul approves if he was
We can demount it afterwards. I don't know how
But that would-
maneuverable
well, we only
a
have
dead
two
turtle
spelljamming
is.
helms with us. That would strand one of them here.
No, we take the one off the barge batar, mount it on top of this, fly this over, land it on top of the barge batar, take the helm off, and remount it on the barge batar.
Okay, but
Sorry.
we would need more spellcasters than we've got that still have spells than we have available.
Well, we've got 3 ships. It's going to take 3 spellcasters to get us in a little bit.
We can just tow the Barrow Daughter. That's fine.
All right.
And
We need to get
why
into
are we
World's
talking
Most,
about
but
taking? Are we gonna ever use a shell that big? Why not?
Yes.
Yes,
Cut
we're
the
gonna
shell
take it back
apart.
and roll.
Cut the shell apart into smaller pieces.
No, we are gonna keep the shell. We're gonna keep the big shell intact and bring it with us and figure out what we're gonna do with it later.
Hold.
Yes, Higgimus asked first.
Yep.
All right, so I will ask Leva if there's anything from the fleshy bits that she needs whole before I start working on just separating the shell from the body. And I'll use my sword to help me out with that. And an axe, if an axe will work.
Okay.
I'd like a bit. I have a vial here that where I could pack that in, just a little bit of the meat.
Okay.
All right.
And I heard Higgimus earlier say that you were taking a vial of the blood.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You'd be congealed a bit.
I didn't hear that, but that's okay.
Maybe take a few dragon scales.
I mean, you can both take a vial of
Does
something
not
if you want.
It doesn't have scales. It has
It
a
does.
shell.
It's a turtle. It has scales on its
Shell.
no, not on its shell, on its other parts.
And let's take a few of its scales. That can be used in stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Can we turn one of its feet into an umbrella stand for Higgimus's office?
What?
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 No, we can't. We don't have the texture
No.
to make an umbrella stand in his office.
Yeldan, you're good at getting stuff, right? Do you think you can get a good number of scales?
I don't have the skidding proficiency, but I.
This is an exotic am I just
It's
saying.
your
It
survival
has to be.
thing.
It's my compromise for not going after and hunting the other monsters.
I
Yeah.
don't think anyone's.
I'm just saying. I was just saying. I am just saying. We don't need. I don't think we need to actually keep the whole shell intact.
We're keeping the whole shell intact so we can use all of it if we need to. It'll be much
We
better.
can still use it as in pieces.
Yeah, but we keep the entire thing intact. It widens our options.
Yeah.
Leva, to the question, is it edible? You have never encountered this type of creature before, this type of flesh. You have no idea. Cooking doesn't tell you that kind of thing.
Oh, what a pity.
You could eat some and find out.
It's
small-
true. You
Okay.
could. You could cook some up and eat it, and you know, I mean, if it doesn't kill you, maybe it'll
Right,
make you stronger.
That's a terrible idea on many levels.
Just
Right.
just for your information, I put something in the chat.
Yeah,
Ra-
I mean,
Brax-
anyone who wants to take a small thing, you know, like the vial filled with blood or whatever,
I'm
feel
going
free
to try.
Oh, hold on, let me finish, please. Just feel free to write that down in your inventory. You don't need to necessarily specifically say if it's, smaller, fist size or smaller, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to specifically say that you're taking that.
Braxon wants to check out a couple of things. Firstly, he wants to look at the shell and see how easy. He's not going to split it, but how easy would it be to flip the top off and have 2 intact half shells so that we could get the meat out? And the other thing he's going to look for is how easy would it be to detach the head or one of the limbs and kind of climb in through the hole so that we could chop out the bits from inside. I'm presuming that it's not completely full of meat inside.
It's not completely, but it's not like there's hollow spots. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, if only someone had a ring of sight through sight, you could see through it.
What? Sight through what?
Sight through solid objects. It's a solid object. It's not a living object.
Oh, yeah. If only someone had a ring of X-ray vision, like a certain priest thief.
Yeah.
So
His ideas, they're just whispering in the wind.
I think Lafdul's enjoying himself far too much to stop Higgimus and Braxon from chopping
no,
his
I just want his
Lafdul
back shell.
join in.
That's what I want. His back shell.
Yeah, after the back shell. So Braxton says,
Yeah.
if you just want the back shell, maybe we could leave the shell apart and get the back shell off and, like hack away at the meat inside to detach it.
You're still talking about hacking a lot of meat off, carving a lot of meat off. It's 30 feet in diameter.
Yeah. Are there any sort of large insects on this planet that we could just like
You haven't encountered.
we could
any
just
of
like
them.
I'm just thinking if there was scavenger animals, we could encourage them to come here, go off and do what we need to do, and come back, and hopefully the shell will be empty.
Well, the scavengers will certainly eventually come along and pick the meat clean, but you don't know how long that takes. You don't know how long that takes. Yeldan might have an idea with survival.
Braxton asked Yeldan then.
If you never use burning hands, would that actually put the whole shell afire, or would it help to clean out the meat?
You're not really sure. You've never tried to actually just burn something with burning hands before.
That reminds me of cleaning instructions. First try on some in some dark corner.
So, Yeldan, you think that something this large, it is exposed right now, but it would probably take a few weeks to be completely picked clean.
Right.
Yeah, few weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely. I kind of figured it'd take far too long for that to work.
You've never actually encountered something this large before, but you're kind of like, all right, well, I have an idea of how long it takes for a deer to be picked clean, so let's just expand it by X amount because it's so much bigger.
Beast well.
You know what? We have a great cover story for that we went here to claim a bounty if we come back with that massive shell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need a. Oh, let's
No,
not get onto that yet. Let's not get onto that yet.
All right, so you're starting to cut off the top of the shell. Ockar asked me how many scales he could get, and you can get a lot, but they don't feel all that strong.
All that dragony.
Not like you would expect from what you've heard of the famous red dragons and stuff like that.
They'll just take 5 to keep as trophies.
Okay.
Just kind of put them on a necklace or something.
I mean, they're a bit more
So-
like leather than, hard plates kind of thing.
So how
I can
many
still-
how many scales fit into a vial?
They don't fit into a
Something.
vial.
They
They're
don't.
too big.
Yeah, they're a little bit too big for that.
Okay.
I'll just put them on decorative stuff or something
See,
later.
If armor was made out of it, would it be what type of armor would it be made out?
Depends
of?
on what part you're talking about. If you're talking about the scales
The
and
the bottom
the
scales.
hide, then you're basically talking some sort of leather or leather scale armor.
The kind of stuff that Lafdul would wear.
Yeah.
Well, not
he
leather
would be
scale. I mean, leather
Hmm.
scale is a thing.
Is
What
it
is
really?
It is?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's
What's the
just not as good as
is it
metal
heavier
scale.
than studded? Can I wear that though?
You can wear anything. Well, no, actually, you
No,
can't wear
and still
anything.
cast spells.
No, well,
Same category as studded leather, or is it heavier?
I don't recall right now.
I didn't know. It's not in the player's
What
handbook.
color is the
It's not
scales?
player's handbook. They're just dark greenish
Generic
gray.
turtle color.
Was
Generic turtle
they
color.
help hide in shadows?
Not really,
Oh.
but
What
they're not
about
shiny
wilderness?
either.
I
What
mean,
about wilderness hide in shadows?
since I know
Not
that
really.
they're not going to be all that great as armor, I'm just going to take a few for decoration.
Okay,
Well, I'm hammering away, or not hammering away.
hacking.
Chunking away, hacking. Yeah, hacking. That's a good thing. Hacking away at this thing. I might suggest, hey, Leva, you might want to, I don't know, look at whatever organ it is that spews out all that steam or makes that steam.
Mm-hmm. Leo doesn't look sort of convinced. Isn't that more Braxton's thing to look at the organs that produce special effects?
No, that's true.
I guess now that I got the scales, I'm going to go and try to help Higgimus cut off the shell with my sword.
All right.
I
Hey,
go, Braxton, there's something for you to look at. You could look at the organ that produces the scathing hot water.
It's very
Well-
slow going. I will say that.
Where would that be? Wouldn't that be its stomach?
Not necessarily. It could be in the throat.
Here's a question: do either of you have the proficiency anatomy?
No.
Didn't think so.
Well, I can only answer for myself. I don't know about Braxton.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Everything
No,
inside
he
of
doesn't.
everything inside of it looks to you guys like meat. Yeah.
Meat.
Well,
meat.
I mean, various types and shades of meat.
What Braxton does want to do is follow its pipe from its throat down to look for a stomach to see if it's eaten anything like money.
Mm-hmm. Stone.
You're probably
Definitely.
going to have to wait until Higgimus and Ockar get the shell separated.
Oh, well, Braxton will help getting the shell off.
Okay, so that's what you're going to help with now. Okay,
Yeah.
just so you know that at this point now, it is starting to get dark.
Oh, we're gonna try it. We're basically gonna load the shell onto the ship and then head back to the camp.
So, okay, you want to try to load the shell on? So you're going to keep going
Yeah.
until the shell is separated?
We might need to
Looks
get.
like it's going to
block-
take a long time.
We mi-
AKA, it might take us overnight. The shell's not going to go anywhere.
Well,
We might.
okay.
We might.
How
We
much
might need
farther
a
is-
block and tackle for this. I've got an idea. If we can separate the shell, we could lower some ropes down from Spelljamming ship and lift up the shell.
Can you move us to the main map of this location?
Oh, yeah, outside? Sure.
Yeah, because I want to check something. Okay. Plan. We strap the turtle dragon to the bottom of the barge, and we fly it back over and put it in the No, wait, no, that's a stupid idea. Never mind. I'm an
You
idiot.
can just tie the fucking thing if you're gonna do that.
Language.
Yeah, that would have.
Sorry.
No. So we can fly the barge over there and put it in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what? If this is too much trouble and people want to move on, I will
Alright.
try to break off a huge you remember I got the snail shell?
Mhm.
No, I think everybody wants to take the shell. It's just
We
that
want to take the shell. It's just.
Yeah, it's like
we're gonna have to
Massive
come
proof.
back tomorrow for it. Rather
Yeah.
than
Okay.
it's not gonna go anywhere.
Well,
Bra-
should we tie it
Braxon-
to the side of the barge?
Braxon turns to Higgimus and says, "Look, we're using brute force against this thing instead of our brains. Let's work out some levers and stuff like that will help us do the job. Why don't we go have something to eat, come back tomorrow? We've got to search the fortress anyway. This thing isn't going anywhere, and if a load of critters come along and eat it, that's good news for us."
I thought you guys searched the fort earlier.
Yeah,
we
but
want-
Magic users want another pass.
The magic users want to search it. Then we could set light to it. We might even be able to use some of the bits of the fort to act as levers. And if we hammer in levers in the right place, we can just lever the top of it off. Or maybe we can set light to it inside or something. I don't know. There's got to be something that will help us.
All right, so let's take a break from this for now, and then we'll go back to the other lake place, rest up, let the spellcasters take all the identify / detect magic spelly thing, bigger waggler stuff, and rest up, and then come back to work on this tomorrow, and then do all that stuff. Right. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
What
Alright.
about that? This last minute thing. What about that what's that? That fish wire, whatever you call it. Would that not? Could you not like cheese wire it apart? I don't know how else to explain it. You know how you
Oh, the
use
fissure, cave fissure thing.
Yeah, is that not like really sharp?
Nah, no, it's
I
just
don't know.
really thin and not
Ah.
necessarily sharp.
I was wondering if that would help also. If it
It's like
don't.
Braxon starts talking to Higgimus on the way back to the ship about tools used to split logs.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that engineering stuff.
Yeah, but we might have something like that on the ship.
I mean, I don't know anything about it. I mean, he doesn't have any
You
knowledge
can't
about
keep
that stuff.
adventure.
No, I can do ship's carpentry, so we might be able to jury rig some of that stuff up. We'll come out with worst case scenario, it doesn't work, and we have to do it the brute force way like you've been trying to do it. But you know,
All right. Let's do that, Alt.
Okay, so you're gonna fly back with both of your ships.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you return to the camp. How are you actually going to proceed with returning there? Describe formation.
Arrive with the
Fine.
dragonfly first, and let them know that the slaves know that we took over the other ship.
Okay, so
Can we even?
like have the dragonfly arrive 10 minutes, 15 minutes beforehand, kind of thing.
Yes.
Wasp.
Oh, the wasp. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pommel.
The pommel. Yes.
It has
The
a
pommel
Okay.
Yeah.
Before what?
Before
before the barge comes in.
arrives.
Because
Yeah.
the slaves are going to recognize the ship that captured them.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Okay.
that
So,
that might scare them.
Is the barge maneuverable to the point where we can actually fly it over there without
yeah.
crew?
You can fly it. It's just not maneuverable. It's just really, really.
Let's
difficult.
Wait.
pair down. Let's pair down our crew on the pommel so that we've got some crew to help lever fly the barge.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, having more people will definitely be helpful, but it wouldn't like change the maneuverability class if you got into a combat situation.
Oh no.
I mean, every single ship can be flown with just the helmsman. Every single ship. but it's just really, really, really hard. Having a few more people on helps, but not that much. But you can still get it over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, just get the ship over there. We land the pommel first. Warn them that we took over the other ship, so we're bringing that over now.
Okay. You arrive back on at the slaver camp, and start unloading some of the stuff that you got. Just getting back to where all the people are camped out. A lot of you are injured, of course, so maybe looking for some food or rest or whatever. I will point out that you have not actually looked through the barge of Ta yet.
I was
Oh,
getting ready to say that,
Higgimus
actually,
did say
when we
do
were
that
like-
while we were searching going through rooms we already went in through or in the base.
Yeah, he did.
Higgimus did say that he was gonna search the other side.
I must have missed that, and no one then brought it up afterwards. So, I mean, it's not like it matters that much, but
Well, let's do it now then.
yeah, now that
Yeah.
you're back, you can get an actual inventory of what's on the ship. All right.
More trapped stuff, pages.
Oh yeah,
papers
yeah.
and stuff.
Just a few more dozen explosive runes. It's fine. You'll be okay, right?
Sorry, G-Man, you got the most life. You can open up.
Okay, so where do you guys did I bring you guys over to it? Yeah, I did. All right.
Yes.
So where do you guys want to take a look at first?
The other
Let's
side
start
again.
just kind of going through one at a time, like this
yeah.
room here, then
Okay.
this room here.
All right.
Over here.
Is this
And
still a
then-
minor help?
Rinse, repeat. I
No, it's going to be a major helm.
Yeah, Leva can tell you right now that it definitely had more power than she's used to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you head into the starboard. No, that's port, isn't it?
This port.
Yeah, that's port. I was looking at the wrong thing. Let's see. Okay,
We'll
so
want to keep that major helm.
this
Yeah.
chamber has a good, score of bunks lining the walls, kind of thing.
Cruise
Looks
quarter.
like, yeah, standard cruise quarters. You search through the bunks. Doesn't look like they kept any possessions here. You'd guess that they hot bunked.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing, no personal items of significance here.
Cool. Next room.
Next room. Counterclockwise.
So going to the stern.
Yes.
All right. That is that room has a pair of beds, basically in opposite corners, and you can kind of tell that two very, very different people shared this room. The room is almost like divided in two down the middle with very different decorations and things like that.
Wizard and
One had a very large bed, big enough probably for you to rest in, Higgimus.
Cool.
Let's see. And on that side there are also some, looks like some battle trophies, like monster skulls, broken armor, and shields hanging from the
Skills.
walls around the bed.
It's almost as if this was our ship.
Almost.
At the foot of the bed is a large chest.
is it locked?
It is.
Do we still have those keys?
Yeah.
Those keys do not fit.
Okay.
No, they're not the
did
same
we find
keys.
out any keys on the bodies that of the leaders we killed off?
No, you did not.
Okay. We'll come back to that chest.
I wonder why.
Okay,
another
then the other bed has, let's see, The other bed is enclosed in some sort of cloth veil around it, and there is a small chest at the foot of that bed as well.
Is it also locked?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Next room.
Okay. So,
Well, search the beds themselves and around this room.
yeah, the beds themselves don't seem to have anything of note.
No,
Hidden
like
weapon
drawers or anything like that. Okay, cool. Cupboards. That's what the word I was trying to say.
It looks like the chests the chests are secured to the floor. So you'd guess that most personal items are stored there, so they don't get knocked over if there's sudden gravity shift and stuff like that.
Mm.
Okay, the other chamber has fewer beds. It looks like this may have been quarters for officers. There are a number of beds suitable for humans, and then one larger bed as well.
Any chest?
Let's see. There are some chests. Basically, each bed has a small chest by it, and none of them are locked.
Cool. So
Ransack
opening and going through them. Yep.
Okay, so the one by the larger bed has some clothes in it and stuff like that. You also find a sack of some coins. You ready for them?
1 sec. Yes.
Okay, 248 copper pieces. 89 silver pieces.
Okay.
44 gold pieces.
Okay.
And 3 platinum pieces.
No, Electrum, you must have been so disappointed in yourself.
Yeah. Well, I know that Yeldan in particular will be disappointed by the lack of that. And the other chests just have clothes, personal items, that kind of thing. No cash, no coinage.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. That chamber has a large bed. Lafdul and Yeldan, you think that's of elven
awake.
make? I assume you're with them, just maybe hanging back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to be there, you can say so.
No, it's fine. Can you re-describe it? Because I kind of interrupted you when I asked that question.
Yeah, so you and Yeldan both recognize the bed as perhaps being of elven make.
Mm.
Elven make.
Yeah. Just I mean, it's
Probably.
a carved wooden posts and stuff like that. Just it looks like a elven design. There's a
Magical bed.
I'm sorry.
Lafdul ponders the idea of magical bed.
A bed of comfort or something like that, perhaps. The desk is actually of dwarven design, you think?
Yeah.
It's heavy and sturdy, but it's also raised up a bit off the floor. Some things have raised it up so that it's a little bit higher than it originally appears to have been.
I'm gonna search the desk for papers.
Okay, it's basically a roll-top desk, so you would have to, roll the cover back. It
Sure.
doesn't appear
Locked.
locked. Doesn't appear locked.
Cool. And there's no drawers either, I take it.
There are some drawers, yeah.
I'll look through those too, see if
Lafdul
I can
exits
see
the room.
papers.
Okay, what are you searching first? The top or the?
Yeah, the top.
Okay.
And then the drawers.
Okay, you roll the top of the desk back, and inside, it looks like this desk was pretty clearly designed for being on a ship because there are slots for items and stuff like that, and you see some like ink vials, basically designed so that anything, that things put into cubbies and things like that wouldn't shift around if there's a sudden gravity shift.
Yep.
There's a a decanter. It looks like it's filled with wine, crystal decanter, and a set of 4 crystal goblets.
Papers.
Inside one of the drawers, you do find what appears to be the ship's log.
Ooh.
There are some blank papers, but no papers with actual writing on them other than the ship's log.
I think about what happened last time. I'm like, rather than flip through it, I'm gonna look and see if there's like legible writing on it. Well, if it's in Elvish.
The cover just has ship's log written on the top.
It's in Elvish.
Oh no, actually, it's not. Sorry.
So I can't read it.
So
Yeah,
Lever might notice it, or Higgimus.
Well, I'm like,
could read it, I guess.
I'm like, I look at it it's like, well, he's like, he remembers what happened last time. He's like, puts it down. Is like, we need to find out if that one's trapped.
Lever can read common.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't mean it's not trapped.
You can read on the cover ship's log, Leva.
Okay. I tell the others it seems to be just a log.
Just a log? No, that's going to be useful.
Yeah, that'll be really.
That's
Gonna
good.
tell us where the ship's
That's going to say where they've been for trading slaves.
I mean, just the log, as in probably no secondary meaning, probably no explosive runes on it. So just the log.
Still might be trapped. That's going to be really useful, though. We should
just
get
put
that
it
to. We
We'll just
should
put
get
it in
that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say we'll just put it in the way of tomorrow's detect magic spell thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Also on the wall is a longsword. It appears that the blade has not been sharpened in a while, so you kind of guess that it's ceremonial. And it also looks like the blade is perhaps covered in silver. Has a gold hilt with pearls and red stones.
Braxon's going to take the sword off the wall, go find an open space, and give it a swing. Just see how balanced it is.
It's not well balanced.
He brings it back and puts it where he got it from.
It definitely looks like, it definitely feels like appearance was focused on with the...
Yeldan
You
looks
might
at
want to.
things like all those gems. Like, that's no way in hell that's balanced.
You might want to give it to Lafdul to appraise. See
Yeah.
if he knows how much it's worth.
Well,
It might have, seeing as it seems to be quite poorly balanced, it might be some ceremonial weapon for a specific place.
It may also be magical, maybe.
I'm looking at the map and I notice this black spot here.
Yeah, but you don't know that in game. Only
All right,
Braxon might.
There's also...
Was there anything else?
Yeah, there's
Sorry, go ahead.
there's a large sea chest at the foot of his bed.
Is it locked?
It is.
No keys yet. And there was no keys on the bodies. So there's got to be keys somewhere.
Lafdul probably doesn't feel up to trying to pick locks right now, does he?
No.
Yeah, so
Especially
tomorrow
if they might be
we'll
trapped.
deal with it tomorrow.
Check the underside of the ship too.
All right. So, anything else in here besides those things? Ald?
Nope.
With a thorough search.
Looking for secret doors, perhaps.
We can also take the floorboards up later.
You don't find any secret panels or latches or anything like that.
No. Okay.
Cool.
In that case, yeah, I guess we'll check out, see what type of cargo this thing actually is holding.
Okay.
We
You...
interrupted them while they were unloading cargo, so I imagine there's still some on there.
All right, so you head into the cargo hold, and The cargo hold, just as a side note, the cargo hold on this deck plan is not detailed. It's basically just the entire lower deck
Bottom.
is all empty cargo kind of thing with whatever structures is necessary. You going down there, you can tell that in space it would be reverse gravity from above decks. So a lot of the material that's here is designed to either strap to the floor or ceiling or something like that, so that it's easy to, it won't, collapse on itself and fall over and stuff like that if it goes into a gravity well. The lower deck, the cargo hold, is divided up. There's near the stern, there are some basic panels set up to give some privacy, and it looks like there's some extra crew quarters, just hammocks hanging around that can be strung up depending on which direction the ship is currently working on, direction of gravity. And you also find a number of crates of foodstuffs, barrels of water, stuff like that for provisions and drinking. And then it looks like the at least half the forward cargo area is dedicated to storing slaves. There's chains, manacles everywhere, and stuff like that.
And no slaves in there right now.
No slaves in there right now.
And we didn't find any new ones when we searched the place again. Okay.
That'd be a perfect place to put our prisoners.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking.
It's big and wide open, though. I mean, you couldn't put them in a small room and lock them in there or something like that.
Well, yeah, but there's all these chains already set up to be used.
So,
we could move some of the chains to a smaller cabin and lock them up in there with the chains.
Yes, you're right.
It's not like we're using the space either, though, right?
No, but there's going to be a gravity shift in this room. It's a bit awkward. I mean, we don't want
damage the slaves, right? So I'm sure it's set up so they won't get hurt.
Well, what we don't want to do, we don't know, because they treat slaves as money.
Also, you would know from being a Spelljammer that when you enter the atmosphere of a very, very large world, so not Brawl, something of the size that you're on right now, gravity shifts tend to be fairly gradual, so stuff doesn't just poop, suddenly, boom, everything falls over kind of thing. But you get those with smaller planets and ships.
So just, instead of don't use the middle area, just use the side areas and they'll be against the wall, so they'll be fine.
Well, we'll have to check the chain lengths and everything to make sure we don't have people hanging from their feet.
Well, fair.
And that sort of stuff. But it will be easier to keep everything upstairs for now. And if we decide we're going to keep this ship, we'll have to work out how to deal with the gravity shift. If we sold this and bought one of the other ships we were looking at, we wouldn't have to deal with a gravity shift necessarily.
That's fair. I was just referring to just transferring the prisoners. They don't need any special care. And it'll be nice, I think, change a point of view for them.
All right, so we searched the ship.
Put them where they put their slaves. Of course, they're not actually slaves, but that's...
No, I don't want them to be slaves. I want them to... the ones that helped us, I would like to...
Well, they'll get a reduced
I would like to maybe see if we can hand them over to Pragmatic Order of Thought. And they could help them to catch slavers. If they're willing to reform, the others off to justice. Mind you, I don't know whether Brow will serve justice to people because they didn't commit slavery on Brow.
I don't think people need that much pushing, and besides, can just give the leaders to what's his name, and he can get the answers he's looking for, because I think we lost them.
Keep in
But-
mind that attacking other ships and taking people as slaves also qualifies as piracy.
Yeah.
And this is Brawl Space. I mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they don't own the system. It's called Brawl Space
Yeah.
because it's the thing that, is the common destination, it's the common name and stuff like that. But that's actually, I mean, it's an old system, but it's a fairly new name. It used to be known as something else.
Okay.
Spiral Space?
Maybe.
They run space?
I will decide
No.
on what it would be called in this campaign if it becomes an issue. If you guys need to know what it used to be
You
called.
don't know.
Well, no, I mean, you guys would know, but it's not information that
Yeah.
you as players need to know right now,
Yeah.
and I don't need to develop it, so I don't care.
Yeah. So,
Well, I should say that Higgimus and Braxon and Ockar would know what it used to be called, but the rest of you probably don't, and since it doesn't matter right now, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
All right,
Braxton
so-
probably doesn't care. Yeah, Ark and Nobodrak might be interested in these people.
Well,
Well, the leaders, anyways, and we got two of them.
I guess do another real good search of the inside here, and here, and here.
Sorry, I wasn't there. What,
He was
Um,
pinging. He was pinging because.
yeah, I'm
there's
just
this
zooming out.
black
I need to. I just need to see what you were talking about. Okay, so
those 3 spaces.
Oh, he's talking about the dome.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the dumb thing.
You find in am I on the right thing? Yes. You find in here, back behind the stairway, there is something, a hatch that it looks like it could be concealed. It's not right now. And inside there is space for another helm. It's sized for that, but there's nothing in there right now. It's empty.
Okay.
This area, if you ask Braxon as the carpenter, he will point out that that's actually very thin. It's supporting structure for this rear area.
Okay.
It's not deep
I'll
at all.
ask him if it can hide. If the people can hide anything in there.
Braxon, you would say that theoretically yes, but they would have to lay down, and it would be extremely uncomfortable, and it might risk that section of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Braxton was going to look at, actually. If you want to look in there, what we'd have to do is we'd have to go up on the deck and pull up a few deck planks to look through.
I will reveal the side view of the ship so you can see what it looks like there. So that black area, that's that right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's just like.
There's not much to it.
Yeah.
No, but we could pull up the deck planks if you want.
Well,
What Braxton wants to do is have a good look in the.
see if the planks have been pulled up or anything.
What-
in there. But...
What Braxton wants to do is have a good look on the cargo deck to see how much damage there is and whether we need to repair it before leaving.
All right, give me a check, carpentry check.
Two.
Okay. So you basically take some time and study the the supporting structure of the ship, the planks, everything like that. The ship could use a lot of repairs. You know, it took a beating in the fight, but at your estimation, the in-game equivalent is it's 48 out of 60 hull points.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, so Braxon says we can get away without repairing it. It's a case of, do we want to waste time repairing it here, or do we want to get back to Brow?
We
If-
don't have
if
that
we're-
much time.
2 weeks
If we're
per whole point.
planning, if we're planning on selling it, it's probably not worth me repairing it. If we're planning on keeping it, we don't necessarily need to repair it here or on Brow, but we
I-
might want to take some raw materials.
You don't have time. You do
No,
not.
we
have
don't
time
have
here.
Fair
I
enough.
think our plan is to sell it, and we don't have enough time to stick around here. We pretty much have to leave like tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's our plan. Is we're gonna sweep through the compound again with detect magic, and then,
Well- One thing I'm wondering is if we need to wait an additional day so we can all get enough healing.
We
I'll
don't have the
ask,
time.
I'll ask Lafdul if he wants to try unlocking the locked chests on the ship. Other than that, or he has knock special powers, so he could knock one of them open today and then knock another one open tomorrow.
All right. Well, let's go rest
Mm-hmm.
so we can get started with all this stuff tomorrow instead of talking about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So for the
Well,
wizards,
Lafdul
go ahead.
know
Hold on.
one of the-
Wizards can, wizards and priests, go ahead and redo your spells. Beloriana is still unconscious, so you're not going to be getting any healing from her.
All right.
Okay.
So does Lafdul have both healing and herbalism?
Yeah, but it's up to him if he wants to do anything. He is in really bad shape.
Oh, true. So probably only 1 hit point then.
1 hit point a night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
It would
That
be
means
3
that
if
I'm,
Lafdul was up to it, but he probably isn't.
puts me
The thing
back-
I was going to ask
Wonder
is
why that
before
is.
the night's rest if Lafdul's going to use his knock power to open one of the locked chests or not.
No, that's going to be our last result.
Well, I was just
Because I
thinking.
can only do
'cause
it once in
you only
24
can-
hours.
Yeah, you could only do it once in 24 hours. So it's like, well, if you do it before you rest, you'll have another chance to do it later.
Yeah, it's
But it's
kind
not
of
gonna-
so it's once per day. It doesn't, if I don't have a problem with you doing it, going to sleep, and then doing it again. I'm not going to keep track of. Oh no, it's only been 23 hours since you last used it. You're gonna have to wait another hour before you can use it again. No,
Yeah.
it's
Long
just if
combat
it's
rest.
a new day. No, long combat rest isn't a thing in this. It's if it's a new day. So yes, you could use it at 11:59 p.m. and then use it at 12:01 a.m. But
I
then
have
you
a
aren't
knock spell,
using it
too.
again until at that point. Then I'll pay attention to 24 hours. Then it has to be a new day.
Especially if you keep abusing that.
Well, I mean, it's if you just say, all right, I'm just gonna put the chest in, we're just gonna cart the chest with us for 8 hours until I can use this again. Whatever, it's to a certain extent a little time saving thing. So if you want to use it now and then use it again when you wake up after rest, that's fine. But it's up
I
to
know
you.
you're not lock picking it and trap checking
I
it.
can
because
do
you're missing
one
out experience.
chest.
That's fair. Which one?
Right, but so the
Nah.
thing is that if you don't use it now, then you're still only getting one chest. It's not like you can wake up and then do it twice.
Mm.
I had after rest period, I had knock added already, so this is not something I've done just now. But I had knock added for tomorrow,
Okay.
so I will have a knock spell by tomorrow.
So Higgimus will make a suggestion for the spellcasters. They can take it or leave it. To have as many of your probing magics, like your detection, your identifies, and your opening locks and that sort of thing, detecting traps. That'll probably be the
Lafdul
biggest
might
part.
have one because the rest of it's going to be spent on healing.
Alright.
I'll have one.
I have
Alright.
more. I have more. I have no healing.
Alright, that sounds great.
Selfish
Let's all
me.
go to sleep, enjoy our night, have a drink. We have a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lafdul, you are not going to use knock to open up one of those chests before you go to sleep.
No, because what's the time now? It's like early evening, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it'd be early evening the next day before I can use it again.
No, I just literally said you can use it. It's once per day. Tomorrow is a new day.
Yeah. Oh, just said that if you
literally
use it
just
now,
went over
you
this.
sleep.
Yeah.
You sleep and you wake up, then you can use it again. It will be okay.
I mean, if
I
you
don't
you could use it at 11:59 and then 12:01, but then you wouldn't be able to use it again until 12:01 the next day.
Yeah.
And it would be 24 hours, and I would pay attention to that. But you haven't used it today, so you may, if you've got it available and you're not planning to use the alternate power, you may as well use it.
Should I use my lay on hands the next day, or should I use on Lafdul?
That's up to you. You can discuss
That's
that.
up to you. Lafdul's picking up a lot of healing spells from the sounds of it. So
If that's once a day, you should burn it up.
Well,
and
he already
then
used his lay on hands, so he's
Right.
not. He'll be able to use it again after he rests, but not right now.
Okay, here. Lafdul, could you please open the chest with your superpowers?
I likely
For
would
this
have
room.
died if I hadn't used my lay on hands earlier.
Can I have a look at Can I have a gander at the lock to gauge its difficulty?
It seems like a decent lock, but nothing special.
Is
It's
there
also
any
not
of them that
poorly
are
made.
really hard?
So the three chests from the ship, all look like fairly standard locks. The strong box that you got from the down in the stockade, that one looks like a more difficult lock.
I would suggest you check it for traps too first.
well, you can knock it and avoid traps.
I don't know how that works. Higgimus
I
doesn't
think.
do
I
that.
can
Higgimus is a
search
magic
for
person.
traps. I mean, hang on. Here's the question. All right, I can't remember if can I set off a trap if I'm searching for traps?
Yes.
No, I ain't searching. I'll open one. I'll open the captain's chest, or what we think is a captain's chest.
Well, we
I will use knock on that, but I will not open it.
Yeah, then let him do what he wants to do.
I thought it was going to be the strong box. He said that
He's
was-
decided not to,
I'm-
so that's fine.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
him
going
open
to
the one
use
that
it
he
on the
wants.
captain's chest because it's. I think it's going to have relevant information. I mean,
Go
I
for
can
it.
get to the others over time.
Go for it. Whatever one you pick is good. We'd do the three
So,
other
was
ones
that-
later.
yeah,
Actually,
what
there's
other-
4 other ones. I mean, there's a total of 4.
Oh.
There were the 3 that you got from
Yeah.
what you believe is the captain, the 2 that you believe from the helmsman, and then the strong box.
Were
Lafdul
they
said
two identical?
they're not
in
identical.
the
No.
captains.
They're not identical. No, none of them are identical. But the locks on the 3 that you got from the barge all look like fairly standard locks. Okay, so you're gonna open the captain's chest.
Yeah, one that was in there. I'm just going down.
Okay. Inside there is.
I never said I was opening it.
Knock opens.
Oh.
you just stand back, you knock it, and it opens.
Yeah.
If
Well, I've got no choice now. I'm not.
Lafdul, if you want to step back, then Braxon's
it's fine.
quite happy to look through the contents and take any stuff in the face.
It's a little hard to if I'm using the spell. I'm there. I can't be sheltered from it.
Do you have to touch it?
I've got to knock it.
It depends on
Tap on
how far it is.
Do you have to touch it to do knock?
Actually, this,
The range
I
is
don't know
60
if-
yards.
Is it?
Yep, the range is 60 yards.
Sure, because it's a spell versus power if
Yeah,
it works that way.
Unless it
Right.
says otherwise,
if it
the
work-
range is as listed in the spell.
Right now, I
If-
can cast it from across the window.
If you're worried about getting hurt, then Braxon can put it somewhere where you can stand well back.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
No.
We
Alright,
got
Yeah,
it,
I'll
yeah.
Well-
just cast it from across the room or something.
Also, the chests are bolted to the floor in these rooms. So.
Yeah, sure.
You can
Alright,
stand on
so,
the other side.
okay,
of the
okay.
room.
He's knocked it. It pops open. No gas or explosion or needles
Yet.
pop out at you. Braxon, inside you see some well-made clothing matching the the style and cut of the guy with the red coat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just gonna like sort through it?
Yeah, Braxton to take it out and tell everyone what he's seeing as he takes everything out.
Okay. Beneath all the clothing, you find a few pouches that jingle with coinage.
Okay, he'll take them out and.
Okay. The pouches contain 300 silver pieces.
Are you writing this down, Escher?
1 sec.
The only other things that you find in there besides the pouches are personal items like combs, a little, hand mirror kind of thing.
Still might be magical.
All right, let me know when you're ready to take it.
300 silver.
Yeah, 300 silver, 100 electrum.
Yay, electrum.
Everyone's favorite. And 400 gold pieces.
I'm gonna get everything switched over to electrum.
See,
So I'm gonna pay
I
him.
Pay everyone in electrum pieces. Yeah, that's all you find in there.
No, I was because I used the power rather than using my thieves because I didn't get XP for finding gold.
That is true.
Yeah, that was also the downside of this. I was thinking of.
All right, so we go to sleep now.
Yep.
And wake up. At
Is it worth Braxton pulling another shift to try and do a bit more repairs on the barrel data?
No.
I know we weren't getting a whole point back, but it was about tidying it up to make it a bit more space worthy.
I said that the former slaves would do some of that.
Yeah,
you gave them directions, told them what to do, and
give the
they did
basic
enough.
directions.
I mean, you're not.
Hang on, Yeldan.
You're not making it. You're basically just nailing boards up. It's not like you're carving out railings that look nice and shellacking and everything like that. You're literally just nailing some boards in place that will prevent someone from tripping and falling off the edge.
Yep, I understood that. I just didn't know if we'd done enough of it before we went off to camp.
Slaves worked on it. Former slaves worked on it while you were gone.
Slaves.
Cool.
The rescuees. We'll go with that. You
Okay.
gave them. You basically said, "All right, now what you need to do is do this here," and I'm going, by the way, now to go take out the slavers. I hope it's done when I get back, kind of thing,
In that case, Braxton will give it a once over. Say thanks to the people that worked on it and get some sleep.
All right. Yep. Looks good enough for. I mean, it's not quite as good as if you'd done it, but it'll do. It'll do. All right, so
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
you guys. All right, so first of all, the potion of water breathing that you guys used before, that is gone. I'm just going through some treasure items, double checking everything. And there was the. I don't think I marked down the ointment, or did I?
I thought we were on the last use of it or not.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Well, you weren't. You might be now.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so
One use left.
okay. All right. So you wake up. If you guys want to get some healing done, we can do that. It is about time to wrap up the session, so we might as well get the healing done first.
Basically, I'd have all my spells apart from on-detect magic as healing.
Okay.
Which is 4.
Decide who you're casting them on and cast them.
Creating healing potions is better than using moderate wounds. Because it's 2d4 plus 2. So the minimum is 4.
Well, isn't the other one 1d10 plus 1?
Yeah,
Has a bigger range, but it has a higher
It's up to you.
total.
I'll
It's
just
up to
do
you.
moderate for the sake of simplicity.
Braxton says a lot of you look in worse shape than me, so
Alright, who...
I'm sure he heals himself first.
Yeah, he probably will do. Alright, I'll cast one cure moderate on myself. I haven't changed the spells, but I know how many spells I got. I've got
That's
4.
fine. You can handle that later.
I get 4 hit points back.
Now, shouldn't that be 5? It's 1d10 plus 1.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Leva next, I take it?
Let him decide. Let him decide.
Yeah, Leva, how many hit points do you... Well, no, I'll just do a cure moderate on her as well.
I have 3 hit points, and I have 10. I've lost 10. So
I'll get that many back. 9.
And did everyone add 1 for the night's rest?
Oh yeah.
in that case, it's 9.
Not yet.
Well, you're back up to full then, because...
Alright, I will cast another cure moderate on Ockar. Why isn't it? Clearly, there's a conflict of interest in deity.
Well, he can also heal himself up if it...
Yeah, this one's gonna be, and my last cure moderate is gonna be on Higgimus. So good luck with your spell resist, because that's a nice number.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my lay on hands to heal myself by another 10. Bring
Alright,
myself up
Higgimus.
to 20.
Higgimus, that works on you.
Oh, it does. Oh.
Yes.
Alright,
Totally
4
expected
cure
that.
light wounds. 1d8. This one is on myself.
Nice.
7. Not so Walking Dead anymore. Alright, 3 more cure. This one's on Ockar. Really doesn't like Ockar.
I'm at
Yeah,
22.
I'm just role playing it out. Apparently, it just doesn't like Ockar.
I'm at 22 HP. I'm fine.
This
Yeah,
one's
this is more
on
like
Higgimus.
top-
And the last one will be like
This
Higgimus.
is Higgimus. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, that works on you, Higgimus.
This one's on Braxon. That's my last healing spell.
You sure you don't want to do it on Yeldan?
Yep, done it on you.
I'm only short 9 hit points. I'm fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
So-
So 1 detect magic left.
All right, so that's what you got, and when we come back in the next session, we will utilize those detect magic spells, and we will figure out how you guys are gonna get off the planet and everything like that.
Well, it's obvious we're gonna fly out.
I mean, in a little more detail than that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed playing and watching. And for
We doing
anyone...
XP or next time?
Oh yeah, actually, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
We can do it next time if you
no,
push
no,
for
no,
time.
no, I'm not. I'm usually not pushed for pressed for time, so it's. I just literally completely forgot. Because to a certain extent, this last bit, other than reading off some information, has been primarily you guys deciding what you're doing and stuff like that. So I wasn't even thinking about my my notes and data and everything like that. All right, so where did I write his experience?
Will Braxon level up?
No, I need 4,000 for my thief.
Oh, hang on.
I suspect that you will, Braxon, because Asher.
I think I might have leveled up last time without noticing.
32,000.
Yeah, I'm over 32,000. I leveled up without noticing.
Okay.
Hit points.
How much XP till we earn a space to help?
I haven't given it yet. You can go ahead and roll a roll for hit points, Braxon, if you want.
Yeah.
Is it going to go half?
What was it? A D10?
+1. You have a 15 Constitution.
Dun, da, da, da.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Let's see if I get a rubbish roll.
Big money, big money, big money.
Yep,
Oh.
he finally got
Wow.
Had to happen.
That's
And you
happened at
still
some
have
point.
more hit points than I do.
It had to happen eventually.
You still have the most hit points of the entire party, so.
Yeah.
I have
So-
two.
From what Uld just said, I go up 2 hit points because I'm not at full hit points
You gain the
as well.
new hit points as
That's so bad that I didn't notice that.
It
Yeah,
might have
that's
actually
probably
been
why-
a better
it's
roll
probably why
instead.
Notice it probably is why you didn't level up. You didn't notice yourself leveling up because you didn't get that many hit points from it.
So what level are you now? Both level 6, both fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Level
both
6.
fighters are.
Maybe
Anywho.
it's level 7.
Anywho, Ultra's doing XP. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, that takes a while though. You would have said.
And I've got to do some other leveling up stuff. Oh, maybe Braxon will learn to read.
You were working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got lots of books to practice with. Some of which might explode. Hey, look at this book here. It's got a strange symbol.
Has that Ring of Frost resistance ever been useful for you yet?
It keeps his finger warm.
You mean
So Higgimus has a map that will take us to a planet that on one side it's all fiery and burned up, and on
Well,
the other
mention
side
that.
it's all icy. So he'll get use out of it there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lafdul would be fine.
does it have like a strip of normal land in the middle?
Does it say Raddle on it?
Yeah, it's Radel.
Yeah, I heard someone talking about that in the bar once.
You'd be, yeah. I mean, you would be, somewhat familiar with the existence of Radol. So.
Yeah, it's one of these weird places that people talk about.
Okay.
Apparently, you want to land on the equator.
Okay, so Higgimus, Braxon, Yeldan, and Ockar, 460 experience points,
Yay!
and Leva and Lafdul, 350.
Woohoo.
I'm
Anyone
at
else level up?
28,000 now.
No.
Nope.
Well,
Oh, not even close. I still need like 7,000 XP.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe eventually it'll come.
Oh, that's the downside of being like a special like a what is it called?
A non-fighter
partial-
warrior.
Yeah. Also partial class where you're kind of half caster.
Well, no.
I think you need 4,000 more XP to reach next level.
36,000 for both of us. So
Oh, it's 36,000? I thought it was 32.
It's
No,
32,000
32
for
is
the
normal.
fighters.
Oh, so that's 8. So that's another 8,000 XP for me.
Yeah.
And I wait until 40.
Does Ockar have the XP bonus?
I do.
Fuck.
Well, so
No wonder
remember,
he's catching up to me.
keep in mind that paladins have to have a 17 charisma, and charisma is one of their prime requisites, meaning that they have to have a 16 or higher to get 10% bonus. So all they need is a strength of 16, then,
Which I
or
have.
higher, in order to get the 10% bonus.
I had the strength
Really?
of 16 and the charisma.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
For
you-
rangers,
you have to
need
have the
3
charisma.
stats.
You have to have the charisma in order to get the bonus. So, I mean, you're already halfway there anytime you're a paladin, just automatically.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thank you guys for playing. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And those still watching, if you haven't had a chance to go and leave a question for the 10,000 subscriber special, do so. This is only working for the people watching this live, because by the time this
you're
goes
hitting
up on
10,000.
YouTube, I've already hit 10,000.
Yeah.
By the
Can
time
you-
this goes up on YouTube, it will... Oh, put a link in the... Yeah, I can put a link in the...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I gave someone the end of the link, and they hacked it into a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Do you get one of those special YouTuber plaques for 10,000, or is that 100,000?
I don't even know if it's 100,000. Maybe it's 100,000. I don't know, but
There's
I'm not
like,
going to get that.
I know
anytime
there's like
soon.
bronze, silver, gold, diamond, or some shit like that.
So yeah, if you haven't left a question for it, and you have questions that you want to ask me, go ahead. I will probably be recording the video tomorrow. So you've got 12-ish, 16-ish hours to get a question in last second. So, once again, thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being the monsters for us.
Nom 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 nom. PCs, yummy.
You'll have to steal your Lego gold next time.
No! Oh god, no. Oh, that's horrible. That minus 10,000 experience points for you. See you next time, everyone.